4 years after dinosaurs were set free on the mainland, humans have had to adjust to their presence. The Mosasaurus is visible pulling a fishing boat down after grabbing its cage of fish with its jaws. Many humans have died from dino-related incidents, and at the same time as many suppose the prehistoric animals should be all killed off, others have located a way in the black marketplace to illegally promote and distribute captured all of prehistoric animals. The government arms the reins to Biosyn Genetics, an agency led by using Louis Dodgson, with the promise to preserve the dinosaurs held at a sanctuary in Italy's Dolomite Mountains, to similarly studies them for pharmaceutical purposes. Information Insurance also notes that Macy Lockwood has disappeared after her proper nature as a clone became made public. At a facility in Nevada, Claire Deering and Zia Rodriguez shop a toddler dinosaur from an illegal breeding webpage. They be part of Franklin Webb as they escape in a van, but protection guards chase after them till the three manage to lose them. Franklin and Zia tell Claire they could not hold this sort of work up, and at the same time as they guide Claire in her endeavors, they're moving on to jobs that are safer for them. Someplace near the snowy mountains in Nevada, Owen Grady is using a horse to wrangle a huge dinosaur. After he is executed, he goes lower back to the cabin that he shares with Claire and Macy, as he and Claire at the moment are her adoptive parents. Although Macy loves to stray from home and witness the dinosaurs on land, Claire and Owen try to maintain her hidden for fear that someone is after her. This causes her to get annoyed with them, and she or he has additionally come to be curious approximately Charlotte Lockwood, whom she become cloned from. Sure sufficient, mercenaries led via Rain Delacourt are spying on them in the woods, Macy being their target. Now not a long way from the cabin, Blue the raptor has asexually reproduced a child, who Macy later names Beta. They pass looking collectively. In Texas, two youngsters are chased by means of a giant swarm of locusts. This is added to the attention of paleobotanist Ellie Sattler. She investigates the farm in which the locusts attacked and consumed all of the crops. Ellie is instructed by means of the kid's mother that the neighboring vegetation, which had been untouched via the locusts, are planted by way of biosyn. Ellie reunites with Dr. Alan Supply, who's running with other aspiring paleontologists. She brings a captured locust to him and explains the situation, fearing that if they spread, they'll spoil the food chain. Alan and Ellie figure that biosyn have to have made them so that their crops are all that remains. Ellie wants to get DNA from any other locust on the biosyn sanctuary and asks for Alan's assist. She became already invited through their antique friend Dr. Ian Malcolm. Regardless of displaying some hesitance, Alan ultimately is of the same opinion to join. Again, at the cabin, Blue and Beta come across Owen, Claire, and Macy. They're all amazed to look Blue has grown to be a mom. The mercenaries quickly make their flow and seize Beta. Macy rides her bike throughout the bridge and is also taken via the villains. Owen sees this and receives Claire to head after them. Claire says she knows who can assist them. Claire contacts Franklin, who now works for the CIA. He allows them get info on Delacourt and points them to Owen's former co-worker at Jurassic International, Barry Sembine, who can take them to wherever the mercenaries are taking Macy and Beta. Alan and Ellie arrive on the sanctuary and meet Ramsey Cole, Biosyn's head of communications. He introduces them to Dodgson, who promises they're working on something revolutionary and groundbreaking. Alan and Ellie are escorted to find Ian giving a lecture. Afterwards, he joins them and discreetly tells Ellie that the locusts are certainly part of a sinister scheme by biosyn. In the meantime, Dodgson meets with Dr. Henry Wu, who has considering that turn out to be remorseful of his actions in supporting keep those experiments going, as he notes that the locusts have grown at an alarming charge. In Malta, and partner of Dodgson's, Sonoya Santos, calls him to say that Macy and Beta had been transported separately to biosyn HQ. Owen and Claire additionally arrive and reunite with Barry. He brings them to a black marketplace dinosaur ring, where animals are being offered, eaten, or pressured to fight. Claire meets Kayla Watts, a pilot who flies for the vendors. She warns Claire approximately messing with all and sundry there, however finally is of the same opinion to assist Claire discover Macy. As this happens, Owen and Barry stay hidden and witness Delacourt assembly with Santos to smuggle Atrociraptors. The two confront and combat Delacourt and his guys. Owen orders him to say in which Macy and Beta are, and he simply offers him Santos's name earlier than he receives eaten by means of dinosaurs in the preventing ring. Claire fights Santos and learns that Macy is headed for biosyn, and he or she outruns of unfastened dinosaur before becoming a member of Kayla. Barry arrests Santos, but now not earlier than she 6-1 among her dinosaurs on Owen, who's riding a motorcycle to catch up with Claire and Kayla. He manages to board Kayla's plane simply as she is on the brink of takeoff with Claire, and Owen uses the bike to knock the dino off the ramp and into the sea. Macy arrives at HQ and meets Wu. He explains to her that at the same time as she is an identical to Charlotte's, she is also her real daughter due to the fact she gave birth to her. Macy watches video photos of Charlotte and sees whilst she turned into pregnant with Macy. Charlotte suffered from a genetic ailment, but she controlled to regulate Macy's DNA to put off all traces of the disorder. Wu hopes that by way of analyzing Macy's DNA, he can reverse the locust outbreak by altering their DNA. Alan and Ellie sneak into the containment room for the locusts to get a DNA pattern, just as Macy attempts to get away with Beta. Dodgson sounds the alarm, which reasons the locusts to swarm around Alan and Ellie, but they control to get out safely. They meet Macy, who is aware of who they are. She joins them as they run. They may be found via Ramsey, who is of the same opinion to assist them due to the fact he finds Biosyn's work to be unethical. He sends them away in a monorail to protection. Ellie tells Macy that she knew Charlotte as a scholar and says she became a superb and type individual. Inside the air, Kayla's aircraft is attacked with the aid of a real Quetzalcoatlus, forcing Claire to eject and fall into the bushes once they rip her parachute. Owen and Kayla crash into a close-by ice lake. They try and correctly make their manner across it, however are chased through any other dinosaur. The two make it throughout simply in time and head off to relocate Claire. She receives down from the tree, however has to quietly evade a pyroraptor that has been stalking her in the woodland. Owen and Kayla disguise as the T-Rex makes her look to eat, but she is held off by using a Giganotosaurus, a far larger predator. They manage to get to Claire. Alan, Ellie, and Macy are making their manner via caverns and locate dinosaurs attacking, prompting them to run till they make it outside. Meanwhile, Ian tears Dodgson a brand new one for his movements, and Dodgson fires him. Ian works with Ramsey to get returned to Ian's pals. He helps them break out the dinosaurs by way of freeing them from the enclosure. Dodgson then sets fireplace to the locust lab to ruin evidence. The flaming locusts destroy free and begin flying out into the open. Alan, Ellie, Ian, and Macy attempt to outrun a large dinosaur in a van, but are knocked down a hill. Luckily, they land near Owen, Claire, and Kayla, reuniting the previous two with Macy. Claire also receives to fulfill Ellie, while Owen meets Alan. The group is then stalked by using the Giganotosaurus, who almost gets Macy, however she escapes. Ian fends it off through throwing a burning cloth into its mouth. While the hero's paintings on an escape plan, Biosyn begins to burn to the ground, forcing the employees to escape. Dodgson attempts to make off along with his work, and Ramsey tells him off one remaining time earlier than leaving. Dodgson tries to escape inside the monorail but is cornered by a trio of Dilophosaurus who make a meal out of him. Beta comes upon the heroes and is sedated with a purpose to thoroughly bring her alongside. They're additionally located by means of Wu, who has discovered a manner to regulate the locust's DNA to forestall the spread. Simply as the institution prepares their go-away, the Giganotosaurus reappears, however is then stuck among the T-Rex and the Therizinosaurus. The human beings flee to keep away from the dino combat, and it ends whilst the T-Rex pushes the Giganotosaurus into the Therizinosaurus's claws. Upon returning to protection, Alan and Ellie reignite their romance and later head to Washington, D.C. to testify towards Biosyn. Wu's paintings are a fulfillment and forestalls the locust spread. Owen, Claire, and Macy return home and reunite Beta with Blue. Before withdrawing returned into the wooded area, Blue stalks one ultimate appearance with Owen. One final voiceover proclaims that dinosaurs and people ought to adapt on the way to coexist.